Chris Cuomo here. Welcome to NewsNation. No nonsense news. Last night I told you don't take the bait when it comes to the nonsense. It's not just about Trump, but it's often a lot about Trump. The tweets, the trumpeted threats, the boasts. They drive the media cycle. They drive the left crazy. And yet so many said, when I said don't take the bait, they're like, no. You, Cuomo, are missing what matters. I'm not. I'm just keenly aware of what does not matter. And look, let's reckon our way through it, okay? Last week, it was Trump trashing Zelensky. I kept questioning this. It didn't make any sense. It's not true. It's not kind. It's it's nonsense. People kept saying, no, it's 4D chess. Bill O'Reilly came on and said, no, he's got to flatter Putin. That's the plan because Russia has all the cards, Jedi-level mind games. Today, not so much. If everybody was all so right about Trump, why did the president today play dumb when confronted by a reporter about the Post?
Mr. President, do you still think that Mr. Zelensky is a dictator?
Did I say that? I can't believe I said that. Next question.
Okay, look, this president is not like others before him. He is not in the think it through, measure twice, cut once, political skills school. He's flash, feints, talk big, back off. The mistake is judging him like those before him or by any standard that, yes, should apply. But they don't. Deal with it. Except one. And here's where you can take solace. And here's where you really should be focused anyway. There is one standard that applies to Trump absolutely, and it really is the only standard that should matter. Does what he does pay off to your benefit or not? Yesterday, Trump said his 25% tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China will be going ahead in April. This morning, he changed. The tariffs will be going ahead next week. Why? Fentanyl still coming into the country at unacceptable levels, which is true, by the way. Yesterday, Trump announced he was planning to hit the European Union with tariffs very soon on vehicles and other farm products. He announced that the EU was created to screw the United States. Now, do you believe that those tariffs are going to happen? I don't. Can you take issue with the words? Of course. I told you last time, the tariff talk is a tactic, okay? And that all the agonizing about the impact on prices and what's going to happen with inflation was all premature because it wouldn't come to that, and it didn't, and that remains true. Is it annoying that he seems tougher on our allies than adversaries? Yeah. But all that matters is what comes from the moves and whether things get better or worse. Wait for that and you will have plenty to work with. Just be fair. When things work out well, acknowledge that. Because we're going to see. Is Hamas still going to be in power? Is that conflict really going to end? Does Doge really deliver? Now, tonight, we deal with a disappointment based on this standard. Last night, Attorney General Pam Bondi said there's going to be a release of the Epstein files. It's going to contain a lot of names and information. Then earlier today, we find out the first files, they were given first to this group of right-wing social media influencers. And, the real media went crazy. Now, I don't sweat the pod people because I knew if they were getting it first, it meant that there was nothing real coming. And I was right so far. Phase 1 of the Epstein files are out for everybody, and we're still reading through, but one of Bondi's people told NewsNation that the documents mirror what has already been publicly released, and we should expect no major surprises. Wah, wah. The vast majority of names in the contact list already reported, although nobody now is going over the same names we knew and including Trump. They're including my wife, but they're not including Trump. There are some new names, Alec Baldwin, Mick Jagger, Ethel Kennedy. None of these people are accused of anything. Flight logs were released, but many were already in previous litigation and released. One document labeled Masseuse List was completely redacted. Why did you even release it? It's completely redacted. It's the opposite of transparency. Now, what bothers me about this? Well, that they hyped it. Nobody hyped Epstein and the myth that he was murdered and the info that was coming more than the Trumpers, which was weird given that no major politician was pals with Epstein more than Trump was. Now, they all seem to agree, there really is no client list. Oh, really? That's why you don't take the bait. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.